What's up, everybody? It's your boy BrandonRVG, and I'm back with another video. Yes, I'm here to react today. It's time to react to a scary video because we are kings around here. We are kings. You know what I'm saying? But I love reacting. I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream video that I just dropped with that game. If y'all didn't see that, go check it out. It was a really good video. Go check it out. And then if you got some other things to react to, tell me in the comments. Like, I read comments, so tell me in the comments. So like the video, subscribe, and let's get into some scary videos. So I've been doing YouTube for a long time. Like, I would say I started in 2020. And that's been 6 years now. It's not that long, but I've been doing it for 6 years. But there is some crazy shit that be going on the internet. That's why we're going to react to Nick Crollo. I'm sorry if I said the last name wrong. I'm so sorry. I love his videos. I've been watching his videos for a long time. And then we're going to react to YouTube's darkest videos.
The following video is sponsored by Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now arriving our Wasco station top.
On the morning of March 22nd, 2024, the Kern County Sheriff's Office was flooded with calls about an incident that had taken place near the Wasco Amtrak station. The incident involved a pedestrian who was reportedly walking dangerously close to an active train track before being struck by an oncoming locomotive, a situation that authorities knew was likely unsurvivable. Police arrived at the scene shortly after 8 a.m. and were met with the bloody aftermath of the accident, as they found 48-year-old Horacio Ayala Penoza deceased on the tracks, with the force of the impact being so strong that his body was torn apart. But after interviewing some of the witnesses, police learned that the man had never stepped in front of the train, and rather he had actually been sucked underneath as a result of walking too closely, painting a clearer picture that this was all a tragic accident. But as police were conducting these interviews, one strange detail kept coming up, as apparently, Horacio wasn't the only one on the tracks around the time of the incident, with there allegedly having been one other man standing nearby, a man who took off shortly after Horacio had been killed. And strangely, witnesses believe they saw the man reach down and pick something up before leaving. For the officers on the scene, finding this man became the next obvious order of business, but by this point, he had already found himself a few blocks away, where he was spotted by a group of construction workers. The group watched as the man walked towards them, appearing to hold some sort of large item in one of his hands, the same item that had been taken from the train tracks. And the closer he got, the clearer it became what exactly this thing was.
What was it? What was it?
It was a human leg.
This nigga grabbed a human leg? This nigga's a savage. This nigga is a fucking savage. You're telling me you grabbed a human leg? You didn't. You just grabbed a human leg. Like, what was your what? Why? Why? This nigga is a zombie? What the fuck?
For some inexplicable reason, when the train had dismembered Horacio, this man had run over and picked up his leg, and he was now waving that leg on the sidewalk of a nearby road, with the construction crew claiming that he had been banging it against the fence as he walked towards them, and at one point had even struck the leg against one of their machines. Upon the realization, a wave of fear washed over the group, as they were unsure what this man had done to get this leg, or what he would do next, though that was something that even the wildest of imaginations could have never predicted.
He's eating that. Hey,
He's eating it?
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
Blow that nigga up. That nigga need to get hit with a bazooka. Fuck you mean? That nigga is eating a fucking leg. This nigga is not even a zombie. This nigga's trying to be a zombie. Nigga, blow his whole generation up. I do not care.
and began eating it,
That
as the
is
workers watched on in
nasty.
horror. Officers arrived on the scene immediately after this, and when they asked the man what he was doing with the leg, he explained that it belonged to him, and that he was taking it to a nearby hospital to have it reattached. But he was
Nigga, you think somebody's gonna believe you, my nigga? Do you know you're walking right now? You're literally walking. You don't have a robot leg. 100%. You can see that this nigga don't have a robot leg or something. Because one, if you was so-called about to go to the hospital and put it back together, nigga, you should have been at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he was taking it to a nearby hospital to have it reattached. But it was obvious to everyone there that this man wasn't missing any of his legs, with the officers having to go as far as to prove it to him by making him roll up the sleeves of his pants and touch both of his legs. His explanation was completely nonsensical, and obviously didn't account for the fact that he was literally eating the leg just minutes before, leading to officers immediately placing him under arrest. His name was Rosendo Tejas, the 27-year-old man who
that
had been
nigga have a Vegeta hairline. That nigga got a big Vegeta hairline. Nigga, you the prince of fucking zombies. The
experiencing
fuck?
homelessness and had been living on a street near the train tracks, with police determining that he did in fact have nothing to do with the actual death of Horatio. He just so happened to be near the tracks at the time, where he would first witness the accident, and then, for some unknown reason, take Horatio's leg and start eating it. It appears as though this was the result of a combination of both drugs and alcohol, as he was
That's me. He didn't kill him. Okay. But right when he did, I don't know, I guess the dude killed himself. He just like seen his leg. He was like, he don't need this no more. Just know if you laughed at that, you're an asshole.
found carrying narcotics when he was taken into custody, and he had just been captured by security cameras purchasing alcohol at a nearby liquor store just hours before the incident. But what's so interesting about this footage is just how normal Rosendo seems. In fact, the people working there knew him quite well, as he stopped in almost daily, where he was described as being polite and ordinary, including on the day of that incident. In fact, it's said that at first the shop owners didn't believe that Rosendo could have possibly done this, but it seems that whatever substances he had taken that day had changed him. Rosendo Tejas was charged with 2 counts of removal of human remains, and 1 count of destroying or concealing evidence, as well as resisting a police officer, and was sentenced to 1 year in prison after pleading no contest, bringing this absurd case to an end. However, his unsettling behavior will forever live on in one of YouTube's darkest videos.
Chapter 2. Watching?
It was just past 10 p.m. Safely tucked away in her second-story apartment, 20-year-old Hannah Vivaretti set up her phone to record a video of herself dancing. For her, this was a meditative practice, a way of unwinding after a long, stressful day, and to truly feel at peace. But that day, fate had—
She won't have no ass. I'm sorry. What?
As Hannah was dancing, something off camera caused her to stop dead in her tracks and yell, "Who are you?" It was a man whom Hannah had never seen before, standing in the doorway of her balcony, which
hell
again was
no.
on the second floor.
Oh,
meaning that
hell no. I promise you, nigga. Well, climb up to my window, nigga. I'm not playing, nigga. Like, climb up to my window, watch.
that man had climbed up, cracked open the door, and was now standing in her home staring at her, quietly muttering nonsensically with a big grin on his face.
Who are you? Who are you? Please get off.
Hannah stopped the music and again asked, "Who are you?" To which the man responded by saying,
Please get out.
Your friend.
No, please get
Am
out.
I your friend?
Yes.
Or are you nigga,
but her
what?
demeanor and the panic in her voice made it all too clear that this
Nigga,
was
you are not my friend, nigga. But you know who you friends with? This bullet. I'm not playing. I'm not joking with you. That nigga would have got blasted.
Far from the case.
Who are you? Please get out of my apartment right now.
She started to make her way over to her phone and then towards the front door. All the while, the man kept calmly insisting that they be friends. But Hannah was having none of it.
Please get out of my apartment right now.
Opening her front door and in the process,
Get out. Get out.
pointing the camera directly at the intruder, giving us our first and only glimpse of the man, as he's standing still in the balcony doorway.
That's crazy.
And with her front door now open, she yelled at him to get out, loud enough for the neighbors to hear.
Get out.
Which finally caused the man to retreat. As it turns out, Hannah did actually know who this man was, at least vaguely, as he lived in the same apartment complex, but he never actually spoke to her. He would always just stare and smile, making it apparent that he had some sort of sick interest in her.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell all the women's out there, bro. All the women. This is all for the women. If a nigga's just staring at you, just like not like a smile, like what's up, dude? Come here, like not like if that nigga's like. Like if I'm a little bit scared, me. If a nigga's doing that shit, bro, do not talk to that nigga. I ain't gonna call with you, bro. Make sure you got a Glock with you, bro. After that, bro, like if a nigga lives in your apartment and he's doing shit like that, bro, nah. He didn't have one conversation with you. That nigga gotta go. Oh, bro, like oh god, bro.
As for why he entered her home that night, it's fairly obvious that his intentions were incredibly sinister, with Hannah recalling that during the entire experience, his hands never left his hoodie pocket, making her wonder if he was holding onto some sort of weapon that he may have been planning to use.
He might
on
have
her.
a weapon.
But thankfully,
I don't care, I'm more faster. Nigga, I'm more faster, nigga.
because of her swift reaction, we'll never truly know what he had planned that night. Days after the incident, police would arrest 36-year-old Angel Moses Rodriguez Gomez and charge him with
That's a
stalking,
long-ass name. Or they just say his middle name. Because if that's a long-ass name.
second-degree assault, third and fourth-degrry burglary, and malicious destruction of property.
Damn!
But surprisingly, shortly after his arrest, they allowed him to walk free on bail.
What?
Nuke the whole generation.
If that nigga was black, you would not let that nigga go. What the fuck? She had the proof and everything, bro. Oh, excuse me. Like, but this, let that nigga free?
And given that he lived in the same apartment complex as Hannah, and clearly knew where she lived, this decision was incredibly controversial, with Hannah herself stating in an interview that, "I just don't think it's fair that he's walking freely right now, and I have to watch my back at every angle." Thankfully, the court's decision would not lead to any further escalations in the case, and today Angel no longer lives in the country, but the footage is incredibly chilling nonetheless, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of home invasion videos late the other night. And here on YouTube, I came across countless unsettling examples. One such example comes from Saratov, Russia, and shows a woman moments after being awoken by the sound of knocking as she lay in bed in her apartment. It was around 4:30 a.m., which was already unusual enough, but things became downright horrifying for her when she realized that the knocking wasn't coming from the door, it was coming from the window.
What? Oh no! Nigga looked like a bad Angry Bird. Nigga, I would've pulled that shit right like he did it. Why when he looked at me with that ugly ass face, I would've fucking 007 shit. Boom! Boom! Nigga, nah, nigga. Nah. What
Outside
the
of her
fuck?
window was a man, banging his head against the glass over and over again. And equally as disturbing, this woman's unit wasn't on the first floor. She was 2 stories up.
What? That looked like the first floor. tripping? That looked like literally the first floor.
She didn't have a balcony. Across the street, a neighbor filmed the incident as it happened, showing us that the man was standing on one of the building's gas pipes while he continued to strike the window. Eventually, these hits grew so forceful that the glass started to break and his head began bleeding profusely, finally leading to the man stopping, but not in the pursuit of entering the home.
У него пена изо рта.
Bro, punch that nigga. Hit that nigga. Do something. That nigga
As he
is
instead
crazy.
climbed to a different window where he attempted to peel it open with his fingers. But by this point, police had already arrived on the scene, and eventually the man would be forced down and placed under arrest.
Okay.
When looking for an explanation as to why this man was doing this, it appears that he was under the influence of bath salts during the ordeal. But aside from this, I couldn't find any other information about the man's identity, or whatever became of him.
Damn.
But I was able to find that this clip doesn't tell the entire story, as the woman behind the camera actually spoke to a local reporter and provided additional context to the ordeal, which only made the story more terrifying.
Wait,
At
what?
first, he knocked with his hands. Then he began to peck at me at the window with his head for an hour and a half without stopping. After that, he started shouting my name to the whole yard. He was foaming at the mouth. His whole face was covered in blood, and he shouted that he wanted to talk to me, and he needed me. With the most terrifying part of the statement being that she had no idea who this man was, or how he could have even known her name.
That's crazy.
The idea of both of these intruder videos featuring people whom the victims had never even spoken to makes them especially unsettling, as it shows that you really never know who's watching and who might.
Facts. You don't know who's watching. You don't know what's going to happen, bro. This is why I keep trying to tell you, I don't really like to be around people that much. Like, I like to do shit. Sometimes my own shit, for real. I like to do sometimes my own shit. I have to be real comfortable with somebody, you know what I mean? I could go places and do shit. I gotta do that shit. Cause I ain't gonna call with you. This shit right here is the main shit that why I don't like to go places. This is why. And people, if I'm showing somebody this video, or people who's watching this who they know me or something, this is why I don't really like to go places. This is the point. This shit is scary. And I know this is happening to these are happening to like females and stuff, but these happen to males too. Like y'all, oh my gosh, the world is weird. The world is not safe. I don't care where you from. You could be from the bird. You could be from the whitest place ever. Nice. Nobody scream. No crime there. But there's a nigga there who like to, you know, touch little kids, do some weird shit, stalk on people, do shit like these niggas did. Like, y'all don't know. Y'all, it's not safe.
Might be obsessing over you. But incidents like this can be equally as chilling when the intruder is someone that you do know.
Wait, what?
Mohammed Amana was a 26-year-old man living in Orrefors, Sweden, and had been dating a woman named Maria. But after several run-ins with the law, Mohammed's lifestyle just became too much for her, and she eventually decided to end the relationship. This caused Mohammed to become enraged, an emotion that was only further heightened when he discovered that she was staying with a male friend of theirs. And on the 25th of May, he would show up at his doorstep and ask to speak to Maria. Inside, the male friend and Maria both refused to let him in and told him to leave, and for a moment he did, though only temporarily, as he would return minutes later, this time armed with a ladder. And noticing what he was trying to do, the homeowner began recording on his cell phone.
En stege. Okej.
Vad gör du, Mohammed?
Du får gå in.
Vad gör du?
The man behind the camera asks, "What are you doing? Are you going to fight me?" To which Mohammed said no, he just wanted to speak to Maria.
Tror du kommer upp här? Tror du kommer upp här?
Varför slå med mig?
As he said this, his demeanor was unsettlingly calm as he continues making his way up the ladder.
Mohammed, du kommer inte upp här. Du kommer inte in I mitt hem. Du kommer
Nigga, get down.
With his demeanor being so calm that the cameraman couldn't tell if Mohammed was a threat or not. though it wouldn't take long for him to get his answer.
Du kommer inte in I mitt hem. Därför hon högg mig med.
I feel like I got punched. Oh my gosh. I had to make sure I didn't get punched. I'm
Du kommer
sorry.
inte in I mitt hem. Därför hon
Oh my
högg mig
gosh.
med en kniv. Han högg mig med en kniv.
In an instant, Mohammed struck the cameraman, causing him to
I would have struck right back, nigga. Boom, nigga, you're on a fucking ladder. When you hit me, I'm going to just, okay, that hurt. But if I hit you, nigga, you're falling. Nigga, I'm hitting you so hard, that ladder gonna fall with you, my nigga. Fuck you mean?
retreat into his room, closing the sliding glass door just in time for Mohammed to step on the balcony and brandish a large kitchen knife.
Nigga, I would, bro, these ideas, bro.
Såg ni det? Du, han krossar glaset med en sten.
Still dazed by the attack, the man holding the camera retreated even further into the house, while Maria had already run into the bathroom and locked the door behind her.
Släpp in mig på dassen, han kommer in. Han kommer in, Maria.
I'm coming in, Maya. Maya.
Mohammed, du högg mig redan.
Maya.
And desperately tried to open, even trying to use his knife to turn the lock, as that lock was the only thing standing in the way of what he was there to do. What exactly that was is unknown, as police would manage to arrive on the scene within minutes of this footage being taken, where they would arrest Mohammed before he was able to get to Maria. But it's clear based on the fact that he had a weapon on him and his desperate attempt to breach the house that he didn't just want to have a conversation. In the end, the man filming was left with only minor cuts. Mohammed was sentenced to 2 years in prison as well as a 10-year ban from the country of Sweden, leaving us with 3 haunting videos of 3 disturbed intruders,
that's
whose
crazy.
true intentions will thankfully never be known.
Yeah. Chapter 3, video link number 1. Damn, I don't know how to read.
Alright, hey folks, this is Noah, getting my blog live. Trucks and trucks and lots of trucks.
Hey, what you listen
This is
to?
the very first footage that Noah Harpum would post to YouTube. After years of having a channel, Noah finally decided to give uploading a try, posting this inaugural video to a self-titled channel on October 29th, 2015, titling it 102915.
Okay, I was 15 years old. I was not even doing YouTube. I was going to Westinghouse. Yeah, I was going to Westinghouse. Days. Damn.
Video blog number 1, and introducing himself to the platform with a simple "Hello world" in the description.
No, but I did want to dissect just the beginning of a sermon given by a Pastor Bill, a guy that my dad has been following, taking ideas from for 10 years at least. He and his family, 2 kids.
In the video, Harpum paces throughout his home and discusses a priest named Pastor Bill, whom he believed was influencing his father and his family, and clearly not in a good way.
I've been ignorant of it for a long time, so I wanted to look at it, and I challenged him just to look at 15 minutes of this sermon.
Though he gives no context as to who this pastor is, only mentioning that he had been ignorant of the situation for a while, and that this video was his response after trying to expose the truth to his father.
Been waiting and haven't heard anything, so I was going to just post my reply, and I guess that's how I'll start my blog.
Again, what this truth is unclear, as the lack of information makes this video a confusing watch, and ultimately it tells us very little about who Noah was, let alone the other people he was discussing.
Yeah.
But he did end the clip by making it clear that this was only the beginning of what would be a reoccurring blog series that would showcase just him, his thoughts, and his camera.
The blog is just going to be me with a video camera, and that'll be it. We'll see what happens.
But before those uploads would come, Noah had pinned a website in his description that directed users to a blog post written by him that same day, titled, "Is My Dad in a Cult? Even worse, is it satanic?" Throughout the writing, Harpum loosely provides additional context for his video, as he breaks down a sermon given by Pastor Bill, who is shown to be Bill Johnson, a well-known preacher from the Bethel Church in Redding, California, who had garnered a large following online. And despite the sermon being over an hour long, Harpum goes through it point by point, critiquing everything that he said, And the more he typed, the more angry he got. And the more angry he got, the more nonsensical his words became. I'm attempting to present a case that shows the leader of this prestigious institution, along with a select group of rulers, are using mind control techniques to poison and confuse legions of useful idiots that slave away to keep the institution humming along, and that this man, Pastor Bill Johnson, and his ruling caste are using mind control to keep people imbalanced and ignorant, in a state of perpetual waiting for the material world to be defied, while they themselves are profiting immensely in this material world.
Ooh, that's scary.
The blog gives us a peek behind the curtain of the man shown in this video, a man who seems to be clearly mentally unwell, paranoid, and very angry, with the post making it clear that the purpose of Noah's content was to bring this pastor down, and video blog number 1 was supposed to be just the start. However, there would never be a video blog number 2, as just 2 days after posting this video, Noah's life would take a drastic turn.
What?
Colorado Springs 911, what's the exact location of your emergency?
It's at,
Repeat that one more time for me and make sure I had it correct.
well, it's across the street from me. I'm calling from my address.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Well, there was a guy walking around with like 2 cans of gasoline or something, 2 small cans, and a big, like a rifle. It was black, and it had a strap around it. He's walking up to doors and stuff.
At 8:35 a.m. on Halloween morning, a woman named Naomi Bettis called 911 after witnessing a suspicious man walking around her neighborhood in Colorado Springs, as she watched him carrying several cans of gas, as well as an AR-15 that was hung over his shoulder. She didn't know it at the time, but this man was her neighbor, Noah Harpham.
And then I seen that he walked into the building, and the glass window at that business is broke.
And that's a business? What's the name of the business?
I have no idea, but I just know I don't know if it's a fake gun, a BB gun, but it looks pretty scary.
As the call progresses, Naomi explains that she had watched him enter a nearby business, where one of the windows appeared to have been broken. She wasn't sure if anything illegal had happened at this point, but she was convinced that Noah was up to something sinister, which based on what he had in his possession seemed to be the only logical conclusion. However, this concern wasn't felt by everyone.
Okay. And you said it looked like a long gun, correct? Like a rifle?
Yes,
Well, it is an open carry state, so he can have a weapon with him or walking around with it, but of course having those gas cans, it does seem pretty suspicious, so we're going to keep the call going for that.
Okay, and the window's broken to that business downstairs, so.
Right, and you said he's now upstairs, correct?
Yes,
And are you or anyone else in immediate danger?
No.
Okay.
As the operator seemingly brushed aside the incident, stating that she was only keeping the call going because the gas cans could be suspicious. However, even with that, the report still wasn't taken seriously, as the dispatcher hung up on her shortly after, before dispatching one single officer to the scene, an officer that never even made it there, as just moments later he was called off and sent to what was deemed to be a more pressing scene at the local senior center. Naomi's concerns were completely ignored, but despite this, she continued to watch out her window, waiting to see what Noah would do next. 4 minutes after her call with police ended, and 10 minutes after first reporting Noah's behavior, Naomi would dial 911 once again, only this time, her demeanor was far different.
I just called a few minutes ago, and the guy came back out, and he fired a gun at somebody, and he's laying on the street dead. Oh my God, you sent an ambulance too.
Naomi's worst fears had come true.
They could have saved that fucking man. I understand Halloween. And she said they allowed to have guns walking around or something like, what the fuck? And then it's just like, y'all could have saved that nigga who got shot. Now he's dead. This is why I don't mess with this is why I don't like police. This is why I don't like them. It's nothing about the races they do to my kind, my people. It's the stupid shit they do. Why? They could have saved that nigga. I understand her. It sound like her thing that her first call didn't sound like it didn't mean nothing, but still go check. Still do shit. Do your job. The fuck?
As she frantically told dispatch that the man carrying the gun had just shot and killed someone outside of her home.
Oh my God.
Okay, calm down, okay? Stay with me. I'm just putting that into the call. Is anyone in immediate danger?
No, that I can see or think. No.
In response, the operator bizarrely asks if anyone else is in danger, but Naomi, likely in a state of shock, answers no, before immediately realizing that Noah was heading in the direction of Platt Avenue, which was known to be a busier neighborhood.
Maybe on Platt Avenue there might be people in danger.
Naomi, I need the suspect's description. Do you know his name?
No, I don't.
Okay, is he white, black, Hispanic,
He's
Asian?
white, and he's got long curly hair coming out of his cap.
She desperately tried to relay that more people were likely in harm's way, only to be immediately proven right just seconds later.
I think, yeah, there's people outside that might be in danger up on Platt.
Okay.
Oh, I just heard another fire. Oh my God.
When she hears more gunshots, prompting the operator to once again ask,
Yeah, they need to call an ambulance or something right away.
Okay. Is anyone in immediate danger?
Only people up on Platt, maybe.
Yes, why y'all keep asking this? Yes, she said it multiple times. Like, she sound like she's crying on the phone. The fuck?
All right, I am sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay?
Okay.
What the fuck she gonna do?
It was only then that the operator would tell Naomi that police and medical personnel were finally being dispatched to the scene. But by this point, it was far too late.
It was too late. It's too late.
In the moments after Naomi had made her first 911 call, Noah Harpham would first attempt to light his house on fire using the 2 cans of gasoline. Though this, however, failed and caused him to quickly shift his focus. Noah instead stepped outside and brandished his rifle, immediately pointing it directly at Andrew Mayers, who had been riding his bike in the neighborhood. And after seeing the gun, the man stopped and begged him not to shoot, to which Noah responded by pulling the trigger multiple times, killing him instantly.
Damn.
With Andrew Myers being the man that Naomi had seen laying dead on the street.
That's
From there,
sad.
Noah began walking up the street where he would eventually see 2 women sitting on the porch of a sobriety center, where local women went to get help with their drug and alcohol addictions. And upon noticing them, he immediately started shooting, striking and killing both Christina Galella and Jennifer Vasquez. Noah walked for over a mile after this before the police finally caught up with him, and when they called out for him to stop walking, Noah turned and immediately opened fire, leading to a massive shootout.
God, pray over these. Look over these people. Jesus.
When the smoke cleared, the only one struck had been Noah, who was lying dead on the pavement, marking the end of his killing spree. The investigation that followed revealed that Noah had never even met any of the 3 people he killed that day. They were all total strangers, leaving the question,
He never met them people. Them three people could be the nicest people ever on that block. I know the first nigga was bulky as hell and he looked like he could be a dick, but he could have been nice. He could have been, he maybe had kids. Them 2 women should have maybe had kids.
why had he done it?
Yeah,
Well, even
why?
today, there's still no clear motive, with this appearing to be a completely random and senseless act. But looking at his final and only posts online, Noah was clearly very angry and seemed to be mentally unwell, which was corroborated by testimony from his parents, as they later claimed that he had anger issues and suffered from drug addiction and bipolar disorder. But what's so unusual about this to me was that this video was published just 2 days before the killings, and it was clearly not meant to be a one-off post. It was something that he seemed genuinely excited to continue, yet not even 48 hours later, he resorted to this. What happened in that time frame may never be known, but the effects of it will last forever. And I can't help but wonder how differently this all could have gone if that initial 911 operator had just taken Naomi's report seriously.
Seriously, the first call. Oh my gosh, they could have saved. Them 3 people could have been alive right now. Chapter 4. Oh my gosh.
It wasn't an attraction for the faint of heart.
Oh,
Standing
hell
over
no. Hello, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm scared of heights. This shit, I would be fucking terrified. I know it's going down and shit, but it's like that shit is scary as fuck. I would be having so much thoughts in my head. I would have been scared so much. And I have seizures, so I would have been scared so fucking hard. That's why I've never been on a plane but I don't know. Like, I'm scared of heights. Like, I'll not maybe sit by the window, or maybe it would sit by, like, not next to the window. Because I would be scared. Because I would have a lot of things in my mind. Like, oh my God.
1,300 feet above the ground, the Deoghar ropeway was built to take tourists up and down the Trikut mountain in Jharkhand, India. It was the tallest cableway in the entire country, offering an unparalleled view of Deoghar and the picturesque landscape around it. Because of this, videos have long since been posted on YouTube showing just how dramatic of a ride this truly is, with one such video being recorded on April 10th, 2022. That day, a woman and her family had been filming their adventure to the Trikut mountain, and were now filming a first-person view of the descent back down. It wasn't the kind of place for anyone with a fear of heights, and the loud sounds of the car passing the support towers only added to the anxiety of the trip. But the group filming this all remained relatively calm, quietly conversing to themselves, seemingly unfazed by the spectacular height.
It do look beautiful. It do look beautiful, but it's just so scary. That height, I would have been so scared.
Even enjoying it. A feeling that wouldn't last.
Whoa, what the fuck is going on?
Without any warning, the car was met with a massive force, sending the occupants and the camera to the floor, causing the footage to go dark. In that moment, one of the ropeway's axles had dislodged, causing a failure on the pulley system, which resulted in 2 carts crashing into each other, and the rest coming to a sudden and violent halt. The impact was brutal, but somewhat surprisingly, the footage continued. Showing just enough to reveal that the ropeway and the cabin these people were in were both still intact, before the recording came to an end. This group had survived the impact, but the nightmare was far from over. News of the collision quickly spread throughout the region, leading to the scene being flooded with rescuers and news crews alike, with everyone trying to figure out what exactly was happening, and the initial prognosis was grim. In the impact, 1 man in a separate car had been killed, and many others were left injured. And making matters worse, due to the broken axle, the ropeway was now no longer operational, meaning that the 70+ people spread throughout the various cars were now stuck, some of whom were still suspended over 1,000 feet in the air. It was going to be an incredibly difficult rescue operation, just given the height of the ropeway alone. And ultimately, it was determined that the Indian Air Force would utilize their special top-of-the-line helicopters to fly over the cars and lower down ropes with harnesses attached to them for survivors, who then would strap themselves in and be hoisted up to the helicopter above using an electronic winch. It took hours for them to even make their first attempt, before finally trying their approach on a middle-aged man, who slid on his rescue strap and was then slowly pulled up towards safety.
Oh shit. Is he going back and forth?
The footage of this is horrifying. These people were already over 1,000 feet in the air when their cars got stuck, and now they were being lifted even higher, tethered only by a single rope and a safety harness. Worst of all, it was a particularly windy day, which was made worse by the swirling of the helicopter blades, a combination that caused the man to start swinging wildly from side to side as he hung onto the rope for dear life.
Oh my God.
It was a grueling journey up, but finally the man reached the aircraft, and with safety just a few feet away, he instinctively reached his arms above his head in an attempt to grab onto the helicopter, a decision that would have disastrous effects. As he did so, his harness slid upwards and was pulled over his shoulders, and then over his arms, before eventually landing in his hands, meaning the only thing left holding him up was his own grip, as he clung to the now useless harness.
Wait, what? Please don't fall. Okay.
For a full minute, he dangled there, just inches away from rescue.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the rescue crew searched the craft for something they could use to safely hoist him in.
Okay.
But before they got the chance, the man slipped out of his harness, momentarily catching himself on the side of the helicopter itself. But by this point, his strength was gone.
No.
And seconds later, his grip would fail for good.
No.
Causing him to plummet approximately 2,000 feet to the ground below.
Oh no. Oh no. That makes me more scared of heights. Oh no. Oh no. That is so fucking scary. Oh, RIP to that. Oh my gosh. That made me more scared of heights. More. Oh my gosh. No. No.
Killing him instantly. For those waiting to be rescued, the sight was especially horrific, as they watched the man who they thought had made it to safety fall to the ground right in front of them. The fear they must have felt knowing that soon it would be their turn is unimaginable. After this, the rescue crews began making tweaks to their operation, which started to lead to a few attempts going off without a hitch. But the entire process was incredibly slow, as a full 24 hours would pass before 60-year-old Shubha Devi would finally get her chance to be removed from the car. And as she started her ascent up to the helicopter, the wind also caused her to start swinging wildly. So wildly, in fact, that the winch used to lift her suddenly stopped working, leaving her hanging there, only moving side to side rather than up towards safety. As she hung there, rescuers on the helicopter frantically tried to figure out what the problem with the winch was. But before they could ever get their answer, the rope suddenly snapped, causing her to free fall to the ground below. It came without any sort of warning, and from what I can find online, there isn't a definitive answer as to how this happened. But either way, it resulted in Shubha's tragic death.
Scary.
It took a total of 48 hours for the last of the survivors to be rescued and finally brought to safety, an unimaginable amount of time in an unimaginable position, with survivors having to watch two people fall to their deaths before them, unsure if they too were going to meet the same fate. Since its release, the footage has sparked some debate online, as the media actually hailed this as an impressive and even successful rescue operation for the Indian Air Force, while others have hit back on this, as both incidents seem to have been entirely preventable, with more people dying from the rescue than the accident itself. Though ultimately there were no repercussions for the rescue crew, with the only punishments being dished out to the operating company DRIL, which was accused of not properly maintaining the ropeway and not following proper safety protocols. It was even alleged that when the initial crash happened, the people operating the ropeway at the time actually fled the scene and never even called authorities.
What?
But I'm not sure if this was ever actually proven. DRIL was fined over $1 million and has since been blacklisted from operating ropeways for 5 years, while the families of the deceased were given around $33,000 in compensation. Currently, there are plans to repair and reopen the ropeway, though at this point, no official date has been given for the reopening.
Bro, like, subscribe to this. Subscribe to this video. Like this, bro, this guy makes the most great videos. Like, oh my gosh, I love his videos so much. Y'all just don't know. His videos is very fucking good. Like, I've just pushed to his channel right now. I follow him. His videos is very good. But alright, this is the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Yeah, oh my gosh, I just want to tell y'all, be careful out here, bro. This world is so crazy, and you don't know what's going to happen. We can't all predict futures, okay? Even people can say, oh, I knew this was going to happen. No, it's just a feeling, okay? You don't know what's going to happen, so be safe, everybody. Always be safe and love the ones that you have right now, because you don't know what's going to happen. I'm just letting y'all know, because this is a dangerous world. So like the video, subscribe, and I'll see all of y'all on the flip side. Check one of them videos on this side. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.